Hello and welcome again. Thank you so much. It's good to know that you're there. Thank you so much for your previous watch time. Thank you for your cooperation. I quite appreciate them all. Thank you so much. Now, we already started with minerals and we've looked at the major minerals, and now considering all of them, we are now in the trace minerals. The trace minerals or micronutrients are not, as to like I said before, that they are not important. It's even because they are required in a very minute quantity to have very significant and important effect in the body of humans and animals. So we've looked at zinc, several functions. Today we are in copper. In copper now, we've also considered the historical perspective. We've looked at the sources of dietary copper. Now we've also considered the absorption and metabolism. In this place, in this class, we'll be looking at the function and of dietary copper. The functions are quite enormous. We'll not be able to treat them all in this, but let's just have just a few of them. So let's go now. Copper happens to be a very powerful trace element that is required in a very small quantity to have very large impact in certain areas of physiological function, in which case includes energy production, ion metabolism, and the likes that we'll consider. Now let's take it one by one. Energy production. Copper is an important part of cytochrome C oxidase. Cytochrome C oxidase is an important and a crucial enzyme in the process of electron transport chain in the mitochondria. Now, electron transport chain, otherwise referred to as ETC, is one of the stages of respiration. You know, you have the first part being the glycolysis. Glycolysis occurs outside the mitochondria, actually in the cytoplasm. And then you have the next two, Krebs cycle and electron transport chain. These two occurs in the mitochondria. Now, at the latter part of it, which is the electron transport chain, where you have more energy produced, you see that copper, which is a part of cytochrome C oxidase, becomes very crucial in the production of energy in form of ATP. Remember when we talked about this, we talked about ATP being the currency with which the body understands energy. The currency of body's energy is in the form of adenosine triphosphate. So you now have copper being part of it. Now what that means in effect, in the flip side is this: when copper is deficient, there is going to be weakness, because when there is no energy, it means weakness. So if copper is present, that means there is production of energy. It helps production of energy. When copper is deficient, it means deficiency in energy production. Now, we go to the next thing. Now, the next is ion metabolism and blood formation. Ion, you already know, is a very crucial part in the formation of hemoglobin, a part of the red blood cells. And I can tell you now that copper is crucial in the metabolism of iron. Copper, as a trace mineral, is important in metabolism. Metabolism refers to the breaking down and then the rebuilding of nutrients in the body. In which case, the breaking down part is the catabolism and the building part is anabolism. So put them together, you're referring to metabolism. Now, copper helps in the conversion of iron into usable form. Now, iron usable form. The usable form of iron is ferrous. Ferrous, which is iron 2 plus. Now, this is the part in which the body uses it and then incorporates into the formation of hemoglobin, which is a very crucial part of the red blood cells, and also transportation of oxygen, bringing this and making it. So here, oxygen production for energy, and also here. So when copper is deficient, weakness is part of the deficiency. We'll get to deficiency symptoms. But then this is the usable form of iron. But then there's always also the storage form of iron. The storage form of iron is actually in ferric acid, which is iron 3 plus. This is where iron is actually stored by ferritin and other, stored in the liver for future usage. Now, when this iron will be used, it will have to be converted again to iron 2, which is ferrous, the usable part or the usable form of iron. So, copper is actually very crucial in the what? Conversion of iron to to iron 2, which is ferrous, which is the part that the form in which the body uses it. The other form, like I said, is either in the usable form or storage form. So the usable form is ferrous, the storage form of iron is in what? Ferric. If you understand. Then, copper also helps in support production of red blood cells. I've already talked about this in passing. You understand? Now, copper deficiency mimics iron deficiency. Very simple. So when copper is deficient in the body, you can see that iron 3 is the formation or conversion of iron to iron 3 to iron 2 is impaired. That will lead to what? Anemia or iron deficiency. So there's a synonymity with copper production or copper deficiency with iron deficiency. So copper deficiency, iron deficiency, kind of synonymous. Now, there's something I want to draw out now. If you take snail, perhaps you kill snail before you open it, you will discover that you don't find red blood. What you see is a bluish colored liquid that is in quotes the blood of the snail. That bluish color is copper in it. So that's crucial. Now the next is the role or function of copper in connective tissues, on connective tissue formation. Copper helps in the formation of what? Collagen and elastin, which are crucial for skin, blood vessels, and bone strength. Now let's pick the two, collagen and elastin. Collagen is, on record, the most abundant protein in the body. The most abundant protein in the body is collagen. It is that which gives the body strength and grit. It is found usually that's in the formation of the skin and the bone and the blood vessels. Now put it this way, in the building of a house, collagen is like the iron rod that ensures strength and also the skin, the cement and the iron strength, right? So, on the other hand, the elastin is that which ensures that the skin can stretch. Now you can see your skin pulling it, it can stretch. So that's elastin. From the name you can tell. Now certain things in science is such that you can tell from their names. So elastin is that which ensures the ability of the skin to be elastic and to go. So while this is responsible for strength, this is responsible for elasticity. So copper is actually important in the formation of this through a protein called celluloplasmin. Very important. Then the function B is antioxidant defense. Copper. Now, when you talk about antioxidants, antioxidants are the opposite of free radicals. Free radicals are molecules that have lost an electron. Now, when they lose electron, they become positively charged and unstable. When they are unstable, free radicals begin to attack DNA, begin to attack the blood cells, and begin to attack even the cells of the body. So when they begin to attack the cells, they begin to form some kind of mutations. That's where you see they say free radicals causes like cancer cells.